This is Natural Selection Lesson 2.2, Activity 3. So scientists often explain their thinking in writing and by making visual models. So you are going to return to the Sherman story from the previous lesson and explain your thinking by writing a response and making a visual model. So let's look at the story again. So this is number 2 from the last lesson. It says, these birds are so amazing. Their beaks are so tough and strong. Did you know that very long ago, most of these birds did not have such strong beaks? Some scientists thought that these birds today have such strong beaks because of the food that was available for them to eat. Oh, yeah? I have heard of this. The birds really needed to have strong beaks so they could crack open the hard shells on these seeds. They grew stronger beaks so they could eat. Actually, Sherman, while it may be true that the birds needed stronger beaks to eat those seeds, they just can't grow strong beaks because they need or want to. Just like you can't grow taller because you need to reach food on a high shelf. Oh, of course. So the birds with weak beaks all had offspring with strong beaks so they would survive. Well, no, Sherman. Individuals can't just decide which traits their offspring have. The way reproduction really works is dot, dot, dot. So you're going to use a modeling tool to help explain your ideas or represent your ideas about this scenario. And then you are going to explain why these birds now have strong beaks, even though most of them did not have strong beaks many generations to go. So you're going to use a model and then you're going to write down what happened. So there's two parts to this. The modeling tool looks like this. Well, where are you going to get this from? If you're watching this video, good on you because you actually listen to instructions and you're doing what you're supposed to, and you probably know where to get this modeling tool from. You have to go to Canvas, and if you're watching this video, you would be here already. So like this instruction says, it says watch the video, which you're doing now, follow along with the instruction, which I'm giving now, to complete this activity. So you are going to download this to Notability when prompted. I'm prompting you right now. I need to change these instructions a little bit. There we go. So when you're going to download this into Notability and complete the modeling tool, you are trying to create a model of how beak strength traits get passed down that can change distribution of traits in a bird population. So they went from soft seeds to tough seeds. And then the environment after 50 generations is tough seeds. So like you would do before, you're going to add a positive S if they're more likely to survive and a negative S if they're less likely to survive above the different trait distributions here. In addition to adding the positive S and the minus S, you're going to now add a positive O or a minus O above a positive S or the minus S. So let's say if I think the weak one is a minus S, if it's less likely to survive, then it's also less likely to have fewer offspring. So I'd write minus S here and then put minus O above that. And so then you'll do that for everything else. Anywhere you put a minus S or plus S, you're going to put one of these to go along with it. So when you're done with that, you'll turn it into Notability, or you'll turn it into Canvas, like the instructions say here. And then you're going to want to complete the writing part. So you made the model, now you need to describe the model. So like why did you show what you did in your modeling tool, and then you'll write that in this, and make sure you press hand in when you're done. I also want you to think about how this relates to the Oregon State Park scenario where the poisonous newts are at. So I want you to think about when we say to people, what would you say to people who think that the newts in Oregon State Park became more poisonous because they wanted to? So Sherman is saying that they had strong beaks because they wanted to. Well, can the newts just become more poisonous because they want to, or can they decide to just have offspring with a poisonous trait because they want to? So as you're doing this, kind of in the background, think about how that relates to our overall phenomenon. So again, using this scenario here, you're going to complete the modeling tool that you got from Canvas. Once you're done completing this modeling tool, you're going to turn it back in to Canvas, and then you're going to explain this scenario in your own words and press hand in when you're done.